Hello, hello, Scorpio North Node. This is Samara, your feminist alchemist. Welcome to your reading for the October new moon, which should be on the 6th, possibly the 7th, depending on what geographical location you're at. This is a general reading, so the messages may not resonate with everybody. Take whatever resonates with you, and the rest you can let float away into the ether for whoever in your Scorpio North Node collective that message is meant for. If you're liking this reading, then you can give it a thumbs up below. And don't forget to subscribe and click the bell to be notified when I upload, which is every new moon. So this new moon reading will be for October 6th until up to November 3rd, which is just the day before the new moon in November. Let's talk about what the North Node is briefly before we start. So this is not a sun sign reading. This is your North Node reading. And the North Node is a mathematical point in your birth chart that signifies your source of soul expansion in this lifetime. It tells you where your growth opportunities lie and what, let's say, calling or naggings we can accept and embrace to find greater soul fulfillment and expansion beyond our comfort zone. So I do have a short video linked below in the description box that covers the general meaning of the North Node as I've been guided to understand it. Plus, you can check out the specifics of your North Node sign explained in depth by YouTube astrologer Astro Finesse, and I've also linked his video for your Scorpio North Node sign in the description box below as well. There is an extended reading available for you called Everyday Alchemy and Practical Magic in the it's on Ko-fi, and in the 20-minute extended, I consult the divine about tools you can use to support you on your North Node journey in October. We look at crystals, herbs, some essential oils may come up, colors, and possibly anything else that the spirit wants to communicate through me. I also channel affirmations that you could use as personal mantras for the month. So, without further ado, I will begin your reading, Scorpio North Node. So, if this is your first time visiting my channel, this North Node spread that I use was given to me by my guides, and it talks about the universal energies, the 5D energies, and the 3D energies. So we look at the energies streaming in for you and the frequencies streaming down. Okay, streaming down from higher frequency to lower frequency. So we get a holistic picture of what's going on in your life and the energy that's available to you for leveling up and your ascension path, ultimately. So I'm a little loose in the mouth right now. I don't have really good control of it because it is, I'm not sure if it's 6 a.m. yet. I think it's still like 5:30 or 5:45 where I am. So I don't usually, I am up this early, but I don't usually talk this early. So this will be interesting for you, Scorpio North Node. All right, I'm pulling the universal energies from Path of the Soul by Cheryl Lee Harnish. This is all fractal art imagery. Scorpio North Node, the new moon in October. Ooh, it's interesting. So as a Scorpio North Node, your South Node is in Taurus, and I read your mirror sign before for you. So that's how I read the pairings. I always read one sign and I read its opposite. And you and Taurus, North Node, both got this card in the same position. So, interesting. And what is that card? I will tell you now. This card here is Dreaming. Universal Connection. Focus. There you go. What is this one again? Red Native. And Birth of an Angel. So Scorpio North Node, this is telling me that the energies around you are basically opening you up to the realization that you have something significant to contribute. Oops, sorry. Focus here. There we go. That you have something significant to contribute to our society, and it may be coming in as a very dreamy, divinely inspired thought. So your dreams may be very potent right now, because they're showing you they're revealing a lot to you. And actually, like in this cloud of the dreams, I'm kind of seeing a bird in it. I don't know if you see that. It may just be my guides showing me a bird in this picture, but yeah. There's something definitely in your dreams that is meant to take flight. That's for sure. And Universal Connection and Red Native, to me, like in the universal energies, you have, dreaming, which is a thinning of the veil or crossing the veil in your sleep. And then you have Universal Connection and Red Native, both which are energies that talk about contributing to the greater whole. One in kind of a unity consciousness, and one in the collective consciousness, literally the wisdom that is in our collective consciousness. And Birth of Angels is, all of this. There's a lot of divine inspiration coming in and divine support. I think I'm already going to leave that there. As a very general, these are the energies that are streaming down for you. I'm going to go straight into the 5D and see what the next layers to this story are for you, Scorpio North Node. Yeah, it's a very mysteries of life type of energy around Scorpio. And honestly, if you're a Scorpio North Node and your sign is something like completely non-Scorpionic, this energy may be very strange to you. But when people say like Scorpios are mysterious, for example, Scorpios get a lot of bad rap for having, let's say, for not revealing all of themselves. But this is one of the kind of life lessons in the Scorpio North Node journey, that there is also something very wondrous about mystery. You know, the mysteries of the universe, the mysteries of our purpose here, let's say, or you could talk about the mysteries in terms of spiritual practices as well. You know, and part of revealing the mystery or honoring and discovering bit by bit as the mystery is ready to be revealed to you is also a very beautiful and enriching process. So I'm definitely getting, so you have 7th chakra here. Let me just go through each of these. So we have transparency. Seventh chakra, which is your crown. Integrity. Divine feminine. Honesty. Expression and freedom came out together. So these are 2 decks that I have mixed together here, the sacred geometry activations and sacred geometry of relationships. Okay. I just need a sip of water. So yeah, as I was saying, like this discovering mysteries. So in your 5D energy, I'm seeing some of you may be having very vivid dreams, and or maybe developing a psychic gift, and it's not something that you really acknowledge or acknowledge for what it's really worth, right? Or for its intensity in you. One moment. Sorry about that. So, this is not something that you necessarily acknowledge to its full extent. And I mean that by you don't acknowledge how strong it is in you and how much it actually influences your life, how often it happens. I'm really seeing some people who are like rejecting a gift or ignoring a gift. And because with transparency, at first you would think, okay, this has to do with communication of some sort, you know, being transparent about what you're thinking, doing, feeling. But transparency is also, in this case, about clarity. And you see on the bottom of the card here, insight, honesty, and clarity. And you have honesty and integrity in this as well. So there is a lot around you about expressing a truth about your nature, about your, let me just listen to what Spirit has to say about it. is some of you are more spiritual than you let on as well, because you don't necessarily roll in a spiritual circle. And this is not to say that people who are spiritual are better than people who are not, right? And I find sometimes spiritual can be a very vague term, but we're talking about if you are aware of higher frequencies and you are around lower frequency people who don't believe in higher frequencies or don't feel them, you may find yourself suppressing. Some of you do find yourself suppressing the expression of that. And you are a natural channel for it, hence the birth of angels and the dreaming. And there's some type of wisdom that is supposed to come forth through you. So I'm getting the energy of a very internal struggle where you are acknowledging or noticing much more within yourself. Let me move this down some. Yeah. You're noticing a lot more within yourself that your crown chakra is open and you have a much more intimate connection, noticeable daily connection to the divine than before. And you seem to be not necessarily expressing that. So in this circle, in the 5D energy, it's kind of how this higher vibrational energy comes down to this level of vibration, the 5D level of vibration in your higher self, in your subconscious. So this is where they want you to step up to. This is the energy of your next level, let's say. And it all is awaiting you, lurking in the wings. So in this next round here, I'm going to pull some cards for your 3D energy, and we may see what challenges then, or we will see what challenges, how this is showing up in your 3D life as opportunities for you to expand. So this is Scorpio North Node, October 2021, new moon. Let's see how this is all appearing in your tangible world. The Fool in reverse. That's not surprising at all. I'll tell you why. Thank you, angels and spirit guides. The Wheel of Fortune. So this is the Tarot of the Divine. I only pulled out the major arcana from the deck to see the major themes that are going on in your life at the moment that are there to catalyze your expansion. We have the Lovers, an upright. and death in reverse. Oh, okay. So how this is showing up in your life. You have the Fool in reverse, which signifies there's the opportunity to really start a new chapter, start a new journey, but there's hesitation. There's something stopping you from jumping in with both feet. I feel like I'm dealing a lot with your inner world, Scorpio North Node. And that is not at all surprising to me because Scorpios have a very complex inner world. And if you're on the North Node path to Scorpio, then the enrichment and the acknowledgement of your inner world is part of your journey. It's definitely a milestone on that path. So right now that seems to be the major overarching theme for the Scorpio North Node Collective and those of you that are watching this particular video. So we have the Wheel of Fortune. It definitely feels right to you, but it seems like your logical mind may be getting in the way. This is all about, like, Divine Feminine is intuitive. Seventh chakra is intuitive. Dreaming, intuitive. Transparency, integrity, honesty. It's about being who you really are, acknowledging who you really are on the inside and letting that be real on the outside. And some of it is seeing beyond the veil because you are increasing in a psychic ability or in a divine connection, in a divinely gifted talent as well. Could be. The Lovers is telling me that some of you are reconciling two sides of yourself. So this card is Beauty and the Beast, which I love. And this story, in this case, they're showing me the embracing of something inside of you that seems to scare you, or you haven't wanted to see. Once again, not acknowledging. And this may actually show up for some of you in a very practical form. Like you may have a habit or a hobby or a vice, something that you don't necessarily let other people see. And because the people that you consider quite close to you don't know about this beast, who's not even necessarily a beast, it's only because of how you look at it. Yeah, it's like you can't look that part of yourself in the mirror. And so looking into that shadow, into that place that's uncomfortable for you and acknowledging it and seeing it as somehow part of the greater beauty of the whole person that you are is part of your journey at the moment. So it's on this path in October for many of you. And death in reverse is telling me that there's also the resisting of a transformation. So I see a lot of internal struggle with accepting something that's actually very natural to you and is actually a gift. I'm going to go to clarify how to move from the 3D energy to the 5D energy. We'll just let the messages keep flowing and see what else they have to say about that. I know I'm keeping it very general because it's very... They want me to keep it, let's say, high level, because what each one of you is getting streaming through your crown chakra is very different from one another. So I don't want to limit how this reading could apply to you by giving you examples until my guides want to give an example. At the moment they're asking, especially because you're a Scorpio North Node, they're like, yeah, you need to kind of get used to dealing with things that are in gray areas that are not well defined. You know, it's about tapping into an intuition and tapping into belief and faith and like all of those things that we've kind of been taught to not rely on because they're not scientifically proven, or you know, you can't measure them and map them out. And this is there is definitely a challenge to stand firm in those type of beliefs, in beliefs that are, let's say, unproven or even ostracized. Scorpio North Node. What can they do to help bridge? Okay, they seem to want all of these. Okay, it's more than I would usually take, so I just have to see where they want me to put them. And you got the Death card again. Okay, so all right, we have the Six of Pentacles. Which I'm seeing here as a balanced give and take. And this is coming in the Fool reversed. So, I'm getting that this is, for some of you, okay, for me, first off, right off the bat, this has to do with which realm you're kind of dealing with this energy in. So, and it seems that for a lot of you, it has to do with your career, abundance, security. So, for some of you, I'm getting that you need to disconnect yourself from being financially or otherwise materially reliant on somebody or some people. Why? Because you're limiting your I don't want to say expansion. Yes, expansion. You're limiting yourself. The more spiritual aspects of yourself, the more magical and mysterious aspects of yourself, you're limiting for the sake of material, physical things and the illusion of that security. So for some of you, it's a very real separate yourself or become self-reliant and not on that person or those people because they are limiting you. Others of you, you're actually just too attached to material things and need to accept more, because they're showing me the figure 8 here, need to accept more that things come and go. And, things come and go, we give and we receive. There's a balance of those things in the universe. We don't see all of it, obviously, because we're not seeing the whole picture, right? So there will always be, you feel like you have tons of stuff and you feel like you are, lacking a lot. When you really have a sense of gratitude, they're also saying gratitude. When you really have a sense of gratitude, then you realize that you have a lot more than you perceive on a regular basis. But for you, Scorpio North Node, there is definitely an overemphasis on the material because they're showing me that you're not taking the steps into your bigger expanded self because of concerns of losing things, material things on like in the real world, in the tangible physical world. And they're assuring me that what is in your tangible physical world will increase with this accepting of, all of this divine input. Like the divine input is meant to put you into a life situation, like give you a higher vibration to attract things that you may not believe that you can attract. And that's part of the mystery. Those are part of the mysteries. So the moon, you have all of your cards are very intuitive. I mean, we're getting to some cards that are less about intuition, but your cards are very intuitive. So the moon here is they're showing me the wolves on either side of the moon here, and they're showing me that she's like, when I look at this card, I never see her drowning, but in this case, they're showing me that she's drowning, but the moon is like calling her back. So this death that you're resisting, it's the death of a mask that you wear, because the moon card is encouraging you to answer the call of something within you. And this is coming with the integrity card that we have over here as well. So okay, this one made me smile. So Page of Swords, Nine of Swords, and the Queen of Pentacles. Basically, and this is coming to clarify the lovers here. And as I was saying, remember Beauty and the Beast, embracing your inner beast. And Beast was everyone thought he was scary, but he was a gentleman, kind of a sweet guy. And they're saying here to they're pointing me to this book, which I'll get to in a second here, the book. But they're pointing me to, you need to start seeing yourself in a new light. So they're showing me the light bulbs, and they're showing me the book. And they're showing me the book because some of you are going through a certain type of, as I said, opening of your psychic abilities, and or a certain gift that you don't understand, and having very vivid dreams. Some of you may be hearing voices, channeling, medium, or you're just meant to carry on a certain wisdom from one of your past lives. Whatever it is, if you're curious about it, please look it up. If you don't have it within your friend circle, or to share this information, share what you've experienced, share what you've been dreaming, symbols. If you've become more interested in symbols and numerology and synchronicities, and they want you to shine a light on what's going on inside you and look it up. By looking it up, enlightening yourself. They want you to enlighten yourself, because here we have the Nine of Swords, which is, she's overwhelmed. That's the word they're giving me. Overwhelmed by all of these thoughts, negative thoughts buzzing in her head. That they're showing me the one white one, which is like a divine intervention. So to look for, amongst all of this that you consider the beast, look for the gift in there. Look for the divine. Look for the divine in everything, but especially in yourself. Please and thank you. And that will lead you to this embodying your gift or talent in a very, I love myself, so can't nobody knock me off my throne type of way. Because she just, she looks so into herself, but in a way of not needing anyone else to acknowledge it. So what I'm getting off of these three cards together again is self-love, looking at the things that you don't necessarily find so awesome in yourself, and you are definitely over-exaggerating in your mind how bad it is. And once you really look into that, sorry, when I say how bad it is, I mean you look at it negatively. For the most part, you're afraid of it or you look at it negatively. And they want you to embrace it, learn more about it, be kind to yourself, and be the best friend that you've always wanted. If you don't have that best friend, and even if you do, be that friend and even better. You have a lot of intuitive energy coming through for you to utilize for your highest good. Queen of Swords and Death and Rebirth in the upright. So they want you to become like intuitive master of your thoughts. And to be willing to change the way you think of yourself. So they're looking for a mental rebirth. This is coming over the Wheel of Fortune and expression and freedom down here. So this is a predestined unfolding for you to really become master / mistress of your own destiny. And that comes with a very full acceptance of yourself as a divine being. And that definition of yourself, that you will always be getting to know yourself and you'll always be refining what that definition is. So this is what I'm getting. And of course, Scorpio North Node has to get death, the death card twice, because the death card is a very Scorpionic energy, and Scorpios go through multiple transformations in their life. And so embodying your North Node journey as a Scorpio North Node involves many small deaths. And the more that you can accept that that is the case, the less dramatic and traumatic those changes will be for you. Like when you can step back and know and have your divine intuition and have your power of discernment. And let your intuition be one of your weapons, so to speak, quote unquote weapons. The easier this will flow for you, and the easier you can be. Your intuition is meant to be a vehicle for your purpose in the world. Right. So some of you may be being held in a pattern of behavior by the people or circumstances that you are in. So people project onto you who you should be, shouldn't be, what you're able to do, what people, someone who's like you does. A person like you does this. They showing transformation, demonstrating personal transformation is one of your purposes. Your soul wants to experience regular transformation, as routine transformation. So you may feel transformation once a year and you think, what's wrong with me? I make bad decisions. I should have never done this. If I, it's maybe you think it's you and that people don't have transformations like this all the time. They're not constantly changing direction, but you're not changing direction. You're getting deeper. You're like peeling back layers of yourself. And that's awesome, because that means that you have a lot of great stories to tell, number one. And number two, you have a lot of great advice to give because you've experienced a lot. The key is not to get into this, where it's something you blame yourself for, or something that you feel ashamed of, or yeah. So the next round. So I don't know if you were here last month, but last month I used a deck that was for more past life information, what's in your Akashic records, what's in your soul memory. This month my spirit team guided me to a deck that will give you more information from your ancestors. So ancestral healing is at a high at the moment. So they guided me to this deck that I actually, I've had for a little bit, but I haven't really warmed up yet. I bought a bunch of decks at once, so I had a few to get through. So this one is relatively new to me. So I'll just be doing a complete channeling medium of what the ancestors want to say in the spirit team regarding this particular situation. So, okay, this deck encompasses a few African and African diasporic, I don't know if diasporic is a word, spiritualities. So there's, I may mispronounce some words. If I do, I send a humble and heartfelt apology to anyone who may be a practitioner of these spiritualities. And I am in the process of learning the pronunciation, so please bear with me. So this is Oba, card number 4, key number 4. The wisdom of others prevents the king from being called a fool. Six of Spades. Sorry, I can't read this in that light. Indanimo. Recognition, the words of the wise become sweet the day after. Idagba, the chameleon looks in all directions before moving. And the Nine of Hearts. He who wakes up early in the morning receives a bundle of blessings. Ibukun, blessing. Oh, Lord. Okay. Wow. Interesting. So I'm getting a whole bunch of interesting scenarios here. So first of all, in key 4, I'm seeing that, some of you out there in this group have really been taken advantage of by people around you for your sixth sense, your seventh chakra, your intuition, your natural innate abilities. Yet those people don't necessarily give you the recognition or the value for being that. Your ancestors want you to stop that shit in its tracks right now. I'm also getting, though, back to this book as well, from the Page of Swords, that you need to find like-minded people or people who have the knowledge, that the wisdom, the knowledge, the experience in whatever it is that is developing in you right now. So those are the two things. Group A or scenario A, people are using your talents, but still kind of putting you down for your talents. You know what I mean? It's like making you feel small so that you benefit them without realizing how much, like how powerful what you have is. That's coming through very strong. That's coming through very strong for you, Scorpio North Node. I know that may not resonate with everybody. And for those that it doesn't resonate with, you can feel into the possibility that this means for you to really gain more wisdom and knowledge on this particular topic or gift that is arising in you now. Number 6, again. Oh, see, they keep pointing me to the number 6, and I was wondering, and it's like 6 of Pentacles, so they wanted me to point out the 6, just to let you know. The words of the wise become sweet the day after. I'm seeing, recognition. It's funny because I said recognition in the other card, right? The card that came before, Oba. So this for me is 2 cards that kind of confirm that in the group that you're in, the value that you bring, you don't get recognized for. And it's also coming by universal connection here. You also need to recognize better when somebody is treating you well. When someone is criticizing you because they want you to be the best that you can be, and when someone is criticizing you to cut you down. And it's interesting because that energy was not quite around the rest of the reading. It was maybe lingering in the undercurrent, but right now with this ancestral energy, it's coming through very strong that lack of recognition is something that, and being used, lack of recognition and being used is something that is, that has happened more than once in your ancestral line. I mean, it's happened in everyone's ancestral line at some point, but it's coming up for healing for your line this month. Okay. The chameleon looks in all directions before moving. They really want you to, like, be very aware. Like, they're opening your seventh chakra, your crown chakra is being opened up as well, so that you can have a better perspective. That you're not emotionally tied to every decision, every person that crosses your path, that you can see things objectively and make better decisions in that way. And they want you to look at all of your options if you are thinking of changing careers at the moment. That's just a side career note. 9 of Hearts, blessings. He who wakes up in the morning receives a bundle of blessings. They want you to have, especially with this coming near the angel, Birth of Angels card, they want you to have a spiritual practice of some sort. Now, spirituality and religion are not the same thing. They want me to point out to you that spirituality is it's also a lifestyle. It's not also, it is a lifestyle. It permeates like how you speak to people, how you clean, how you sleep, when you sleep, and not because there are rules, but because you are maintaining a relationship with your divine team and with your higher self. Right? And maintaining that relationship requires work and discipline, yes, and desire. Above all is desire, So if you meditate at 7 a.m. one day and then the next day you meditate at 9, you didn't fail the course, right? But they're pointing out to me like that I'm up early in the morning right now doing this reading and there's no one else awake, right? So this reading for me has a different energy than when I read in the afternoon, for example. And there's something about the hours in the morning and knowing that, nothing is stirring in the house or your apartment and feeling that stillness that allows you to get deeper into yourself and receive like a different kind of texture of message. That's what they want you to get into, because they're prepping you for something really awesome. I don't know if they gave me the word awesome. They're prepping you for something really awesome. And that requires you to open your crown chakra, ground it, and to be open to the wisdom that they're giving you and not have people around you that cause you to doubt yourself. Because everything that you're dreaming, feeling, sensing about, your sensitivities opening up to the spirit realm or to certain talents is very real. And you seem to have people around you who are trying to make you feel like it's not. And your ancestors are like, get rid of them people. Distance yourself from those people. And if you can't do it physically, at least work on doing it mentally. You have to bolster yourself in the morning to deal with people who try to pull you out of your authentic center. Right? that is how that goes, Scorpio North Node. I hope I made sense. And I was trying to make this video less than an hour, but that didn't happen. So, because now I'm going to pull 3 oracle cards. So we're going to come to an end slowly. This is the Elemental Oracle. And we'll see what that is for Scorpio North Node here. I hope you are still with me and you've enjoyed the messages thus far. They are telling me that there is definitely a card for you in this Elemental Oracle, but it may take a while for it to come out. I also hope the volume's been okay because I'm trying to keep my voice down because everyone's sleeping. But I want to make sure you hear me, Scorpio North Node. Let me concentrate. Sorry about that. Okay. Breath. Life. Card number 27. I'll pull you one from the Wisdom of the Oracle. Scorpio North Node. You guys can fast forward if you need to. I'm just going to keep shuffling until the card they want comes up. Number 39, New Life. So far you've had 2 cards that have the word life on it. And I'm going to pull a final card from Return of Spirit, also by Cheryl Lee Harnish, Fractal Art Deck. Voice. That's very magical. So I will read from the guidebook. If any other messages pop up while I'm reading, if they give me any other insights, I will definitely let you know. Life number 27. No, not life. Breath. It's called breath, but right on top it says life as well. Focus on your breath. Allow it to guide your actions and flow. Fear often means breath holding. Let that all go. There is a place for slowing down your breath and being mindful of it. Take a deep breath and rethink your strategy. Take a deep breath and pause a few seconds before exhaling, which will train you to give yourself that little bit more time and space. Oh. So this is coming. Usually I don't watch the placement of the oracle of the final messages, but I love that this breath card is coming on top of this 9 of Hearts blessings card, which signified, get your meditation on or start a spiritual practice. And apparently, so like they're saying that if you don't know where to start, you can start with your breathing. If you are in a someone who's not working from home but commuting to work, you can do breathing exercises on your commute. But centering yourself using your breath is highly recommended for you in the next month, Scorpio North Node. Let's check the next card. New life. Okay. The essential meanings are birth of ideas, growth opportunities, a breath of fresh air, life renewing itself. When spring awakens the world, joy and excitement can be felt all around in your very core. Blossoms burst from trees overnight. Birds return home and sing their glorious song. Let's turn the page. And nature is full of promise. Miracles beckon all of us. This is one of those times in your life when new ideas inspire you and new opportunities bring you hope for seeing your dreams come true. All is well in your world, and you have the energy you need to feel renewed. Allow your heart to fill with enthusiasm. Let your light shine, for this is a time of good fortune. And you had the Wheel of Fortune down there. I know you can't really, you can see the foot. Wheel of Fortune. Relationship message, because a lot came up about who's in your inner circle. New energy enters old relationships, and new relationships are bursting with the sweetness and vibrancy only encountered when winter gives way to spring. This is a time to connect with others and share excitement, passion, and hearts full of joy. This card is a very auspicious sign with respect to love and partnerships in all forms. I'll read the prosperity message as well. You have every reason to be optimistic right now as things seem to fall into place magically. New opportunities remind you that abundance is available to you. Delight in the bounty that begins to appear in surprising forms. Stay curious and know that your hopes and dreams are being fulfilled. It's as if new life suddenly infuses your projects, work, and creative ideas with a kind of electricity that crackles with exciting potential. Fortune is smiling on you. Once again, Wheel of Fortune. And this whole vibe that you have a lot of divine influence, a lot of divine energy, intervention coming in right now in your favor. It's all about clearing up your expression of yourself in the world. And the last one, voice. Let your voice be heard. You are a beautiful and wise being of the divine, made to bring forth your individual truth and expression. No more holding back. No more staying small. You are being called now to use the gift of your words and the power of your voice. What you have to say is important. What you have to share is needed. You could be finding yourself being asked to step out in front of groups to talk, or you may be finding that situations keep coming up where you are being given an opportunity to be vocal about what you think, believe, or feel. Yes, please, Scorpio. For many of us, this does not come easily. Often we have had past experiences which discouraged us from expressing ourselves openly. It is time to begin to heal those old understandings and allow yourself to be seen and heard. Each of us has a unique expression. Whether you are being asked to sing, chant, pray, speak, or teach, it is your voice that needs to be heard. This can also be related to simply stating what is true for you in your relationships. It could involve stating your point of view, needs, or desires, regardless of how different they may be. I love this card for you, Scorpio North Node. Sorry, I'll finish reading. It's time to remember who you are. You are a spark of God. Stand up for yourself. Stand tall in what you believe. Speak from your heart, and your words will always be heard. Your voice is a gift, and it is meant to be shared. You are about to empower yourself in a way that you have not experienced before. You will notice that by taking this step of being vocal, you fall more into alignment of what you really are here to do. I love this card for you. I'm not even going to say anything else. I just love this card for you. It's awesome. So, Scorpio North Node, I hope that you survived this hour and 10 minutes of spirit messages. I know, it's a long one. But I feel more awake now than when I woke up to do this reading, to do my rituals this morning. So, Scorpio North Node, I will see you next time. I'm going to go to your extended reading. If you're interested in it, check out the link below in the description box. I am going to just pull a few tools that you can use for the month of October to help get you through. So you can always come back to it at any time during the month of October if you're not going to go right now. Just if you find yourself needing a recommendation for a crystal to help balance your energy, nutritional information, herbs, what else do I do? Colors, and some self-care kind of activities and affirmations. They're all in there. It's about a 20-minute video. It's on Ko-fi. You can follow me there. You can follow me on Instagram or Facebook. And you can come back next month and see your North Node reading for the November new moon. Until then, take very good care of yourself. Be well and stay blessed. Bye for now.